Good morning, my friends. What's going on? Are you awake? Who's awake? I need some awake emojis. Are there awake emojis? You can drop in the comments. Are you ready for a phenomenal day? An awesome day? Are you ready to end this week out? I know we're not ending it out, but getting towards the end of the week with more production, more excitement, more energy, more hope for what's to come. Are you ready for this? We're going to gather in the tribe, gather in the family, have an incredible show today. I'm excited about this one. You know, we don't play. We don't play this early in the morning. It is 5:30 in the morning. Go ahead and start tagging your friends, sharing this out. Let's get the party started. Let's rise. Let's grind.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Hope you are ready. What's that hat? What's that hat? What's that bag? Who's that man? What's going on?
What are you doing, Heather?
Singing in the morning. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
Singing in the morning, man. It's at 5:30 already,
It is. Are you awake?
dude. I'm not only awake, I am packed up and I am ready to go. I am leaving Virginia this morning, where I've been with Carter Myers Automotive for the last couple of days. I'm hopping on a plane and I am headed to Tampa, Florida. I'm gonna go spend some time with Furman Automotive down in Tampa. So I'll be down there a couple of days. So my flight is here like what time? It's 5:30. So I've got about 20 minutes to get to the airport so I can get the heck on out of here. But hi, everybody out there in Rise and Grind Land. I'm so glad that you're here this morning. I want to see the comments because I guess I can't do that on my phone, can I? Who's here? Are there people here? Okay, good. Good morning. Hey, you guys, enjoy Heather today and my friend Kim Wilson. I met Kim in Greece, and I got to tell you, dude, she is incredible. She's a wild woman. We call her the farm girl, but she can go from farm table to black tie event like that. The girl is amazing. So hope you guys have had a good week. We've been doing giveaways, spotlights, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're inviting your friends. I'm going to go catch this plane, but I stinking love you guys. Have an amazing day.
Awesome. Bye, Glenn. Bye, Glenn. Whoa. Does he not travel? I just love all the traveling and going. That man is on a mission, doing some incredible things in this world. If you're new here, that's the host of Rise and Grind, Glenn Lundy. He's jumping on a plane. So today it's going to be me and Kim Wilson, and y'all are not ready for this conversation. I'm telling you, you're not. It's going to be a good one. So again, go ahead and share this out. Let's get our family in here this morning. How are you guys doing? Like, really, how are you really doing? Drop in the comments. Let us know what's going on in your life. Any ways that we could support you, love you. Hope you feel that today. Even if this is your first, second, third time here, you are part of this family. And it is a live morning show at 5:30 because the way that you begin your day matters. It matters. Setting that intention at the very beginning. Gathering around people who care about you, who are going to lift up your spirits. Because I'm telling you what, man, you turn on all kinds of stuff, the Twitter, the tweeter, whatever it is, the news, whatever. It's so easy sometimes to let your mind spiral and really lose focus of hope, of love, of life, of the reason that you were placed here on this earth. And it's so important to make sure that we're intentional about putting ourselves around the right people, the right environment, the right messages that feed us, that fuel us. And we have somebody with us today who is that type of person you want to be around. And all this month, we are spotlighting you guys because you guys are creating this environment for all of us to thrive. And these conversations have been so amazing. And it's been so cool to hear your stories and to put a name to a face and hear your voices and hear about the friendships and the impact that you guys have made in each other's lives. So, speaking of fueling, speaking of right environment, this guest today, our member spotlight, is all about the fuel, the right fuel, right? Who is this going to be? Let's find out. Boom, 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 boom. Kim Wilson is here with us today, everybody. What's going on, Kim?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Rise and Grind fam. I'm seeing all the comments and the people coming on. Hello to you all. I love seeing your faces and your comments coming up this morning.
Isn't it crazy?
I love it.
It's the coolest thing. So, Kim, for those of you who don't know, Glenn just shared a little bit. Did he say Greece? He met you in Greece?
We did. We were in Greece for, most people on here know, Danelle Delgado's 40th birthday. So I've trained with her quite a bit. He's trained with her. We've done different things, and we all celebrated her 40th birthday in Greece. It was a combination between work and play. It was the most amazing experience ever. And that's where I met Glenn.
See, I would say like Greece, but it would be like a small town city, Greece, Georgia. Like, yeah, I met them down in Greece. We went there that night, had a cup of coffee. It was great. Kim Wilson, my interaction with her. So for those who don't know, I've been a part of this community for several months now, but I was originally introduced into it because I was interviewed by Glenn. And whenever anyone is on this show, y'all, if you haven't experienced it yet, you have the spam life. People start DMing you. I don't want to say spam because it's welcome, but it's a lot. DMing you, friending you, messaging you, liking you, loving you, wanting to be your friend. And it's the craziest experience. Like, it's unlike anything else. And Kim, I believe it was on Instagram, we DM'd each other, and you stuck out in my mind. Like, I remember talking to you, and you were so kind and you were so sweet. And I loved following your Instagram feed. And so whenever, I found out I was going to get to interview you, I was like, yes, that's the cool lady with the plants and the food. And she's so energetic, and there's just like a radiance of life over you, everything that you do.
Aww,
and the way you present yourself. And so
Thank
I
you.
cannot wait.
Well, when I first saw you being interviewed, I was like, oh, I need to get to know this chick because she's amazing. And I love her energy. And I'm like, this is my people. So
my people. Speaking of my people, it's time to dance and acknowledge all of the incredible people here this morning. And listen, guys, I'm on a mission this morning. I'm on a mission. I got an intention that we are going to gather a crazy amount of people in here this morning, because this is gonna be good, y'all. So go ahead and hit that share button right now. And listen, you can hit share twice. You can hear it 3 times. You can share it to your grandma's wall. You can share it to this group's wall. You just go ahead and act crazy this morning, because we don't mind here. We do not mind. So go ahead and hit that share button. Kim, if you can see the comments, I'd love for you to give some shout outs this morning. I dance a little, okay?
People. Yeah, Kristen Tibbs, my girl. I love her, man. We got some back history. She's one of my health and awesome wellness people. We got Gail on here, John, Brad. So many people, Tina, Vicky, Sarah Ball, like, oh my gosh, I love seeing all these names pop up every morning.
Isn't it cool?
It's so, good morning, Jeff Baker. Good morning, Joel. Good morning, Janelle Griego. Like, I'm loving all the comments, you guys.
I know. It's hard to read it when it goes by so fast, because right when I'm about to finish reading, it's like something else. The coolest thing. We just want to acknowledge those of you who are here. Thank you so much, Bruce, for sharing. I just see that comment. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for being here, for creating this environment. I cannot wait to get to know you a little bit more, Kim. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do out in the world right now. Where do you live too?
So I'm here in Frederick, Maryland. So I'm over here on the East Coast. So I am a holistic health coach, and I'll, just a little backstory, just depending on the questions that we go into, so people can understand a little bit about me. My whole family is service, from my parents to my sister to my grandparents, like it's in our blood. We're all service. I was a police officer for 6 years. I got injured on the job. Yeah.
You are so cool. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was definitely a part of my pain to purpose and part of God's plan. So I got injured on the job when I was responding to a call. I got in a car accident and I have a chronic back and neck injury from it. I fought through it for many years until it became, oh my gosh, your puppy, hi.
I'll get off.
I have to say it right here. But anyhow, it became really my pain to purpose. I had to leave what was my plan A with no plan B at just 29 years old. And it was my health struggles and challenges and obstacles, which actually led to, non-intentionally, but just trying to find a way to just not be in chronic pain and struggle anymore, which led to opioid problems. And I had to break down to a breakthrough. I took myself back to school, went through nutrition school, and applied everything that I learned to take back my health and life. And now I do today what I do because I see people struggling on a daily basis in all the different areas of life. And I help them, get healthy without the hard, because I've been there.
Help them get healthy without the hard. I don't know why my dog is. I'm so sorry.
I think passed out, and I'm like, please stay there.
He's as fascinated as I am. What a story, Kim. First of all, thank you so much for your service and the vulnerability and the willingness to share some of that. I mean, that is just so incredibly powerful, and we need so much more of that in the world.
Yeah.
And the awareness to understand that there's some deeper issues that we're not looking at because we want to run to this over here, maybe because it's a little bit easier, but then people to look at, their health and their mental health, their emotional health, their physical health, and start making more fundamental changes.
Absolutely. Especially with what we're going through right now. So I'm not knocking, conventional medicine. I think it has a lot of benefits, but I do a lot of holistic, functional, alternative medicine and health techniques, principles, because we need to get to the root cause of what's holding people back. And what we're finding is it's not just about food and exercise. It could be about the relationships we have, our spiritual connection, finances and careers. So oftentimes I'm looking at the overall situation of what's going on in people's lives that sometimes is beyond the plate, but the plate is important too.
Oh, that's so good. What are some of the really small foundational things that you think is super important for us to be implementing in our lives that make just the biggest difference and that most people struggle with the most?
So for me, eating anti-inflammatory is very important. Looking at our gut health, inflammation, stress management is really important. Getting sleep, getting out and getting some vitamin D, movement. And movement doesn't have to be like running a marathon. It can just even be stretching in between working from home or taking a walk with your family. I combine something called primary and secondary foods. So your secondary foods is your nutrition. Your primary foods is your career, spirituality, passions, joys, relationships, finances, and they go hand in hand. So what we're seeing is that oftentimes people are overeating, overtaxing, overexercising, overdoing to make up for the primary foods.
Yeah. There was such a interesting comment over here. Rodney, what's up, Rodney? Hope you have an awesome day, my friend. Rodney Hatfield.
Yeah. Oh, and John just commented about the gut-brain connection. That is so important. I speak to that quite often, and also dealing with food sensitivities. Getting to the root is so important.
I love your passion. I love it. It's so good. You're in your lane. I can tell. Rodney said, Kim, you don't look like what you've been through.
It's funny. So I was at a conference. It was probably a year after I had been on the mission to take back my health. I had just finished going back to school through the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, which if y'all want to know about, please message me. It was an amazing experience. And I came forward about my opioid situation in a room full of strangers because I felt like it was my calling. I felt like, God was working through me, and somebody stopped me in the bathroom and said, looking at you, because I had the suit and tie and the heels, they're like, I never would have realized. And the thing is you don't know what people's struggles are, especially right now. You don't know their story. You have to really treat everybody with care and compassion and love, and just, you don't know what people are struggling with. And I share my story, and I'm raw and real, and I don't always look like this. Sometimes I'm rocking the Hot Mess Express. Like, I'm like, bring on the train. But the thing is that's why I share my story, because honestly, I feel like my purpose is so much greater than what other people think of me, but it took me a long time to get to that point. And share your story. If there's one thing I can tell you guys, I know it takes time, do it in your time, but share your story, because you never know what solution you may have that could be somebody's struggle right now.
What gave you hope during some of that time and brought you out of that?
I remember sitting on the kitchen floor, just like wondering, what do I do next? Like, I'm like, you either keep going down this path or you have to find another plan. And something just spoke to me internally in my heart and my soul that said, you're going to be speaking on a stage one day and you're going to be helping other people. Just keep pushing. And I just kept listening to that inner voice, and it grew my faith through that experience. And I'm not going to say it was a beautiful process, and I'm still working on it. Like, healing work, trauma work, PTSD work, like all those things are not easy. But that's where, when you grow in your faith and when you grow in your purpose, like, I truly feel this is my purpose. And I just keep showing up the best that I possibly can every day.
So Kim, back when she was a police officer and before all of this stuff, and then now the Kim now, how have you seen yourself evolve? Like, what have you learned about yourself? And yeah, I'm just curious.
Right. Well, I will tell you, going from law enforcement to holistic health was not an easy journey. It was definitely not. It was messy. I'm so grateful for my support system, for my faith, for my courage. But I'll say I never lost my service heart. And especially this time, I just find ways to just keep showing up and keep serving, and just finding ways to make the world a better place, and praying, just asking for guidance and support, and just learning. I love to learn and just implement and share and just serve.
Amen. Melvin Rodriguez said, "This girl is straight fire."
Oh, thank you.
Guys, y'all weren't ready for this. This is so good. So good. Kim, I was wondering how, with Glenn, you met Glenn and Grace. Did you know about Rise and Grind then, or was that your first introduction to all things Glenn Lundy?
It was my first introduction to him, and I was fascinated by the concept. Like, I wanted to learn more. But when I went to Nashville and saw everybody on stage, and I met so many people in this group, and I saw lives changing and people recommitting to God, and I saw just the impact that he was making on people and that other people were sharing, I was so moved, and so just like, it was the most amazing experience. So it was a combination between Greece and Nashville. And then I got to know people in here, and it was just like, as we've said, it's family.
Yeah. And getting up this early, and first of all, the habit of getting up early and having a routine, and then coupling that with like community from like a health perspective.
Right.
Like, how does it affect us? Does it affect us? Like our emotional health, our mental health, our physical health? What are the benefits of it?
So a morning routine for me is crucial. And I notice it, like, I notice if I don't stay consistent with a morning routine, it totally impacts my day. It impacts how I show up. It impacts my energy. Excuse me. So a morning routine for me is really important. Like, I always start with my faith, with my gratitude. I get in some kind of movement, nourishing foods. Food is extremely important for me, especially because, a lot of people are like, well, you probably just do what you do to like look good in a bikini or whatever. And I'm like, no, a lot of it's pain management. And because I don't want to feel like crap all day, and I have a purpose, and I need to be the most nourished that I can to live into that purpose. So a morning routine for me is non-negotiable. My self-care is non-negotiable. And it literally is like, it's a huge part of my life. And I tell people, and I tell my clients this, think of the oxygen mask on the airplane, because I hear all the time, I don't have time, it's selfish, I got to put all these people before me. You got to put your mask on first. And then you're going to be able to, serve and help people more when you're taking care of yourself and fueling yourself.
That's right. What about the community piece to that?
Oh my gosh, I love community. I'm very involved with, community. I live in a small town that I love, whether it's virtually or in person. I get fueled and nourished off of working with other people, and I really try to connect and collaborate, and do as much as I can with people in my community near or far, because when we can lock arms and work together, we can serve and give so much more.
Amen to that. Amen to that. What's up, all of you guys in the comments? I see you. John Cattlebird said, "Put your mask on first."
Yes.
Analogy. Vicky Everett says, "Non-negotiables."
Hey, Vicky, it's my girl right there. I met her in Nashville too. I was like, it's so great to see you guys in person.
Isn't it strange when you meet somebody like from online and in person? It's like, oh, you're real. It's crazy.
I know, right? I can actually hug you.
What's something about Kim Wilson that most people don't know?
Well, one, I was a police officer, so that is like a big thing. It's really interesting. I was actually recently asked this question. So one, law enforcement is a big thing. And, I share that because of my experiences. My great grandfather was a famous artist in Michigan. He opened up the Scarab Club in Detroit. So like water and boats and stuff. So a lot of times I'll use like vessels and lighthouse and all the things when I'm like actually talking about like health and wellness, like, somebody's our lighthouse or our ship. Like, so just, I'm a pretty simple girl though. Like it's funny. Like people see me in different areas of light and they sometimes can't figure me out because I'm the chick, like Glenn said, I can clean up chicken crap during the day in my muck boots and go to a black tie event at night. So
what do you feel like is more you? What do you kind of lean into more a little bit?
Simple. Like I love simple. I'm all for just being casual and simple. And I really feel like I can connect with people in that. And I bring in a lot of the farm. So my family owned a 900-acre farm in Southern Virginia. So I learned a lot of my cooking from my grandmother. Like I loved getting back to that simplicity, getting back to our roots. And I'm seeing that more and more with this time. People are growing more gardens, they're canning more, they're getting curious about getting out into nature and grounding, connecting more with family in unique ways. And I think that this is a great time that we're being kind of guided into this, get back to some simplicity.
Yeah. What did your family, like your tribe, then when you started making some of these bigger changes and switching, and leaning into this? Was it supportive? Were they like, Kim, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Eat this ding dong, girl. Don't worry about it. Like, what was their response?
Well, it's funny. So my family's always supported me and loved me. That's never a question. But there was some people in my family when I was trying to decide to leave law enforcement because I literally became more of a liability. I just could not do the job anymore. It was so hard on my body. I became more of a risk. And, I grew up as a lot of people did, you go to school, you go to college, you get the job, you do the things. So a lot of, people couldn't understand what holistic health was, or, leaving that safety and, security, more, old fashioned people in my family. But I had to just trust my calling and my path. And I just went with it. And my family has always had my back and loved me along the way.
Yeah. I appreciate that. It's, sometimes making some habits, it's overwhelming to ourselves. And then whenever we don't have the environment to allow that to thrive. And I keep going back to like you said farm girl, man, I'm going there, like, cultivating that ground, creating the space literally for something to thrive and to grow. It can be really difficult. And sometimes we just pull out because there's like, this isn't being watered. It's not being nurtured. And creating this space is sometimes super overwhelming.
And one thing I can say from the different parts of my journey, there was times it was very lonely and hard. And I'm very grateful for the tribe that I found when I went back to my nutrition school. A lot of people in the health and wellness industry, they don't just wake up one day and they're like, you know what, I'm going to be a health coach, or I'm going to do this or that. Like a lot of it's a pain to purpose, whether it's themselves or somebody in their family or friends. So oftentimes there's a big story behind it, and I'm very grateful for the people that I've met. Just like, I truly believe that we were in Greece. God brought us all together. Like I truly believe that from looking at every single person that was on that trip and how we grew out of it. Like having the right people in your space, whether it's your relationships, in your home or your town or whatever, it is so important.
Amen. Speaking of the right people, Speaking of the right people, you guys, man, this community. Now, when you see hashtag Rise and Grind come across your Facebook, on somebody's shirt, somebody says it, whatever it may be, when that thing comes, when that phrase, that hashtag comes into your mind, what is the first thing you think?
My people. No, I mean, honestly, I really feel like this is a family. I have actually had friends in law enforcement that I've invited into this space, because especially with law enforcement, military, things like that, it's very hard to welcome things where we feel safe, secure. And I really feel like this is a safe, secure, loving family and tribe. And I've built so many relationships in here and continue to do as well. I'm always here to support everybody. And when I see it come up, it just kind of warms my heart. And it takes me back to a lot of the memories that I've created. And I look forward to the memories to make ahead.
That's it. That's it. So how long has it been since you've been here?
Well, we were just in Greece, last spring? Not this past one, but the one when we could actually travel.
What were those days
It
like?
hasn't been that long.
Yeah. It's incredible. Guys, I have another question for Kim that I cannot wait to hear, but I want to personally thank you for not only getting up this morning and being with us, but also, again, just being that light and carrier of life and, giving people life literally through the food, through the support, through the message of hope, through your own story. The impact that you're making in this world is just next level. And I know you guys in the comments have appreciated and loved Kim and been impacted by Kim. So if you would take just a second, drop her some love in the comments so later she can go back and read them and feel awesome and be like, yes, this is so great. Go ahead and drop that right now. Thank you guys for doing that. Kim.
Yeah.
This
I also want to thank you and Glenn and everybody here. Like, I'm watching the comments. I will go back and respond to everybody. And I welcome you guys to reach out to me, connect to me, whether you just want to say hi or if there's something on your heart or you're struggling, know that you're not alone.
That's it. She gave you permission to blow her up today. That was permission. In the very beginning of the show, she said, you have permission to ask me anything, whatever. And I said, okay, I don't mind. And she just gave y'all permission to email her, to bing her, to ding her, to all the things her. Go ahead and do that today. Show her some love today. Where's your handles at Kim Wilson everywhere?
It's Farm Girl Fuel on Instagram. And then I know my name's pretty generic, but you can find me on Facebook. Just look under, I'm sure we have a ton of mutual friends. So you guys reach out, connect. You can email me, kim@kimwilson.me. And just, I would love to connect with you guys.
If you struggle eating healthy, going to Kim's Instagram will make you want to go through a cleanse. You just go there and you're like, sign me up for a 30-day cleanse because I just feel healthier just looking at your feet. It's beautiful.
I know, like food is my thing. I'm such a farm to table foodie. I'm like, bring on all the food. But I also eat to support myself. And I even extended my garden this summer to give food back to my town. So I've been dropping food on people's doorsteps and I'm like,
you could drop your address later because I'm going to go to where you live. Food's her thing. Eating's my thing. So I'm moving next door to Kim just so she can feed me. Okay, let's say we were to put you on top the highest mountain.
Right.
Beautiful mountain. And the citizens, where's the person who says good morning, citizens? I love that.
That's so great.
The citizens of the world gather around and they're such a fan of you and they're screaming your name. They're saying, Kim Wilson, sign this for me. And they were gathered around and they were just intently listening to the next thing that you would say. And their hearts were open and they were going to take this in. They were going to listen. And you had just one thing to share with them. Now that's a lot.
It is a lot. And so I was reflecting on this question because I knew it was going to come up. Mm-hmm. And there's so much I could speak to it from so many different angles, from personal development to health. But I'll say I'm going to speak to this from a health perspective, especially as we're dealing with this time it is imperative that we slow down, listen to our intuition, listen to what is coming to us, take care of ourselves, because it is imperative that we take care of us right now, because not only is it important for our health and well-being, but it's going to help us show up, serve, and make this world a better place. So whether it's spiritual, physical, financial, relational, just overall well-being, it's really imperative that we get the rest, the stress management, the nutrition, all the things, because we don't know what's ahead, and we're getting ready to go into a stressful holiday season and an illness season. So it's so crucial that we take care of ourselves right now. And if you need help, I'm here to help you.
Stop and listen to our intuition real quick. Let me ask you.
Yep.
Real
That's
quick.
imperative.
How do we do that?
So slowing down. Slowing down is extremely important. Everybody is busy, busy, busy. What I'm seeing a lot of right now is numbing and busyness, to not feel, to not, to experience. So we need to get real with ourselves. Like, we need to check ourselves and be like, where are we not nourishing ourselves? Where are we not? And I'm getting ready to do a certification for trauma and healing, as we discussed, because what I'm seeing is there's a lot of underlying stuff that's not being addressed. Traumas are coming up right now during this pandemic, and I'm seeing a lot of numbing and a lot of busyness. So we need lots of self-care, lots of slowing down, meditation, prayer, asking for support. When we can really slow down to listen to our intuition, and John even hit the nail on the head. When we focus on gut health, that impacts our brain. So if you're dealing with a lot of cloudiness or a lot of brain fog, we need to look at your nutrition and your gut health so that we can actually be able to listen to what's going on in and around us.
Could y'all just not just sit here with her for another 30 minutes, hour, and just ask more about this? Is such fascinating stuff, such timely stuff. Guys, hit her up, and I'm sure she'll be able to pour more into you guys. And if you know someone who may be overwhelmed right now and stressed and struggling, share this conversation with them. Kim with them. Wow, Kim, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was so fun. You're so cool, and I love getting to connect with you.
Thanks, Rise and Grind family, and thank you so much, Heather and Glenn. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And again, like I said, no matter where you are, I'm here to support you, because I get the pain to purpose and I get the struggle, and you don't have to do it alone. And I want to send you guys lots of love and light. Have an amazing day.
Amen, sister. All right, y'all. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Thursday. Hello, Thursday. Was that not incredible? Guys, I hope you feel loved. I hope you feel supported. I hope you have an incredible day today. We're here. We're here for you. Make sure you connect in the private Facebook group if you have not, #RiseAndGrind, and to sign off. I know we're at 6:02, but if y'all could watch this 1-minute clip. I found this on TikTok yesterday, and I was so moved by this woman's words. I thought it was actually kind of fitting for today and what we talked about. They're gathered around, they're eating, and she's sharing some of her wisdom. We'll sign off with that. But again, big hugs to you. Make sure you drop some love for Glenn in the comments as well. We hope that he has a safe, enjoyable flight, and we love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Last summer, we went knocking on strangers' doors offering to cook them dinner in their home that night. And during dinner, I was told some of the most impactful life advice that I've ever received.
I think as humans, we have a tendency to think of happiness in relative terms. We don't ask if our meal is delicious, but rather, is this the better meal, or is what you ordered the better meal? We decide if we're happy based on those relative standards. One example is an experiment I did with my children when they were young. I gave them each an envelope and looked inside and found a $20 bill. And I asked them, "Are you happy?" And they said to me, "I don't know." "What do you mean you don't know? I just gave you $20. And so I experimented by telling them, well, there was only $5 in the other envelope. Then they got all excited. And then I said, actually, I lied. There was $100 in the other envelope. And then they got sad. Choose to be happy based on what you got, because happiness really is a choice.
What is something in your life that comparison prevents you from being grateful for? Let us know in the comments.